So we booted up our first application here, and we're just going to quickly take a look at what actually happened. So this line here that's gone through after we wrote the Ionic serve, it's actually creating a virtual server. So something kind of that doesn't exist, but does only exist on your computer at this moment. And you can see here it's actually doing many different small things. So I'm just going to scroll down to the one you actually know already. So actually here it says SAS started and SAS finished. So Ionic is using SAS a lot to style everything. It's also using something called post-process, webpacks, transpile, deep links, watch, and so on. So watch is also something that's really cool with this one. So every time you do a slight change to any code on your application, you just click save and Ionic automatically updates everything for you. So you never have to go to the browser and click refresh, because it does this, it's listening for changes in the files, kind of like we did with the SAS watch, but now it's just doing everything for us without us having to write a lot about it. The other thing to note is when you're using Ionic up here, mine right now is set to localhost :8100, and this is the port up here, and this is for most the standard port, and you shouldn't worry about this at any point unless it doesn't work, of course. But this is just if you're ever going to say, where did my page go? You can just go up here, type localhost 8100. Whoops, not 8900. Like this. It only changes if you physically change it, but there's for where we're going, there's no reason for this right now. But that's kind of just short what that means. And lint here, it says it's just something that's going to help us write code, so kind of what you're used to. So you get little wavy red lines when you do things wrong and so on. Let's quickly dive into the some things we can actually use Chrome for here. Or Chrome or Firefox or whatever you're using. So just right click and use your inspect tool. So this will actually open up a more mobile friendly window, I have to speak English, window. And you can use this up here, this little button here, toggle device toolbar. If I click this, it's going to be standard desktop. If I click it again, it's going to show you what it would look like on a phone. And you can even change up here saying, well, I want iPhone 10, I want iPhone 7, I want Galaxy Note, or not Galaxy Note, just Galaxy S05 or whatever, iPads and so on. So, or we can do our own specific one if we want to as well. But this is just trying to emulate the phones as best possible, what actually happens, and this will be where your thumb would be on your phone. So we use this to also test, and we're also going to use, beside this element up here, there's something called console. We're also going to be using this and source in some cases. But these are the primary ones we're going to be using going forward, so you need to know where these are and how we can start using them, of course. But that's kind of just an extra little thing for us to know what actually is happening here with the Ionic.